the day has finally come. I'm finally going to read A World Without Princes. I'm finally in the mood to read this book. I've been trying to get in the mood to read this for however many months now. But yeah, today is the day that I'm going to be starting reading this book. I opened up the pages just so that I can put my bookmark at the very first page, and I just want to share with you guys one of the pages because it has an illustration and it looks so cool. If I remember correctly, book 1 had the illustration of the entire school and how it looks like and how it's structured, and here is another one. It's so pretty. I love the illustrations. Wait, who is the illustrator? I don't know how to pronounce their name, but this is the illustrator. But yeah, I'm very excited to finally read this. So it is a few days later since my last reading clip, but before I update you guys on my reading, I wanted to share with you guys some things that I got from Manila Middle Ground. I stopped by there because it's been a while since I last went and I wanted to get some prints. So I got this print. I love the color combination of blue and orange, so I really wanted to get it. And it's a koi fish. So yeah, I got this print. I don't remember who this is by, but I'll insert their name and their social media handles on screen if I can remember. This next thing that I bought is a postcard. It's from Stickies. I don't know if you guys can see that. And this is the artist. I don't know if you guys can be able to see this. So this design is called Puso by, I don't know how to pronounce this name, but I'll put it on screen. So this is the postcard that I bought. I just love this sort of style. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Anyway, moving on to the reading updates. So I'm still in the beginning of this book. So I am on chapter 8. I just finished reading chapter 7 earlier this morning. I don't know what I can say without spoiling anything. I did not expect things to go the way that they're going, but it is very, very interesting, very, very fun. So Sophie immediately went back to her old ways, which was a bit annoying, but what can you do? What can you expect? I'm not spoiling anything. That's literally in the first couple of pages. I don't know how to feel about Agatha anymore. I used to like her. Now I'm kind of questioning her judgment a bit. I don't know. Anyway, we are back in the school and there's so many changes in the school, which is super, super cool, super interesting. The only thing that I'm having a bit of trouble with is why things have changed so drastically just because of them. I don't understand how they're so influential in this other world. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why the entire world is sort of flipped over its head just because of the actions of them, of two girls. And also, I don't like what's happening. Not necessarily what's happening, but more of the reasoning for the actions of everyone. It feels weird. I don't like it. Since the school is different now, there's this new, and I'm getting a lot of bad vibes. I don't know what it is yet, but there is something about her. A bit suspicious. And I am wondering if that has anything to do with what we read in the earlier parts with Sophie's. I don't know yet. there's something about that too, which I'm very curious about. Sophie's and her. So yeah, I'm thinking there might be something about that in this story, unless they might save it for later in a different book. Who knows? I can't really share much, which is why it's a bit hard to make these sort of updates. I'm trying to make this spoiler free as much as possible because I don't want to spoil anything, because it is the second book in the series and I want you, who's watching right now, to pick up the books and also start reading the series because I am enjoying it. I think it's so fun to read, even though characters can be so annoying. I just keep on reminding myself that these are just kids, but it is a bit hard to not be annoyed because of the other adults in this world who are also kind of unhinged, you know? That is the current reading update for now. I will check back with you guys again in another day. Hi everyone, it's been a couple of weeks I think now since I last spoke with you all. I went to the province for like a few days and I've just been busy. So let's get into the reading updates before we end this vlog. I actually finished A World Without Princes the night before we went to the province so that I could finally leave it there, so hence why I don't have it with me anymore to show you. I really enjoyed the ending part, like the latter part of the book compared to the beginning, similar to the first book. I just think that it's much more exciting to read. Like there's more twists and turns towards the end, which I personally enjoy reading. I really liked it, enjoyed it very, very much. I rated it a bit higher, I think, compared to the first book. So yeah, I really, really liked it. And also I made a poll on my Instagram story asking you guys which book I should read while reading A World Without Princes, because I felt like I wanted to read something else while also reading that book. You guys chose When the Stars Alight by Camilla Andrew, so I also started reading that, but honestly I haven't really read much of it. I just read like one chapter so far and I haven't continued since. I don't know why I'm not interested in reading it. Like it's not that I'm not interested, but I'm not very enthusiastic about reading this book, even though it feels like it's right up my alley. Like I love the fantasy world. I think it's so cool, and I just love like the backstories of characters, like learning about where they're from, like the different languages and different countries in this world. It's so cool. And also from the previous chapter that I read, was it the previous chapter or like 2 chapters ago? I don't even remember anymore. But we finally gotten to what they call the Shadowlands, which I just really love the mystery surrounding that place, and like it feels so like epic and grand and so cool. And also when I searched this book just so that I can find a picture of the book cover, I've noticed that this book is actually a dark romantasy. So if that's something that you like reading, maybe consider starting this book if you haven't yet. I think it's really, really good so far. We have been introduced to the main characters and like the love interests, but I honestly don't really care much about that part. I'm personally just more interested in learning more about the world and like what's here, and also like the magic stuff within this book, as well as like the history. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, I've been trying to read that, but as I mentioned, I've only read like one chapter and I haven't read much since. But I have been listening to audiobooks. I've actually finished 2 audiobooks after finishing A World Without Princes. So the first one that I listened to was The Phantom of the Opera, which was read by Christopher Lee. It was a very quick listen. It is an abridged version, so that's why it was super quick. It's like less than 3 hours long, I think. And then I also listened to an abridged version as well of Sphere by Michael Crichton. I was going through his list of books just to see if I can find something that I might enjoy, because I did really love reading Jurassic Park last year. So I was just hoping that maybe I could find something that I might be interested in. Sphere was the only one that really caught my attention, piqued my interest. So I decided to go look for an audiobook, and thankfully there is one here on YouTube. I will link the audiobooks down below if you're interested in listening to them as well. It wasn't what I expected, but it was interesting. Nevertheless, I enjoyed like the science fiction part of it. I thought that was really interesting, like the mystery aspect as well. I enjoyed it, even though it was a bit weird. I've never read anything like it. It's very interesting. I did not expect it to go the way that it went, because from reading the blurb, it just seemed like a premise for a movie, and I guess what I was expecting in my head of like things that will happen when they get to this place, it is very different from how it actually went down in the book. It was just weird. I was still confused after reading the book because things weren't really explained. So maybe in the unabridged version, my questions are probably going to be answered there, but I just didn't want to listen to the full version. And I also don't think I will, because even while listening to this audiobook, I was finding myself getting bored towards the middle. Like in the beginning, it was very fun, very cool. It gave me the same feeling from when I was reading 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Like everything's just so like cool, and you're like full of wonder and excitement of like, what is this thing? And then the middle just sort of fell a bit flat. I think that things just went by really quickly, but again, I think that's just because this is an abridged version. Maybe the unabridged version, maybe the scenes would feel a lot more impactful. And then in the end, again, I was just a bit confused because things weren't really explained and stuff. But it's still a very interesting and cool concept, but maybe I just need to listen to the unabridged version. Maybe I will like the book more when I listen to it fully compared to this. So yeah, those are all the books that I have read and am currently reading. Let me know in the comments down below what books you're currently reading and what books you're currently enjoying. I'd love to know. Thank you so much for watching this reading vlog, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!